It's a warm one. Kind of muggy, kind of warm, but I'm going out. Good morning. It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Yeah, not a whiff of breeze, which is too bad. But, I spend my 5 minutes or 10 minutes, however long I talk to you outside, if I don't do anything else outside. Well, we walk the dogs. It's my outside time. Some days. Some days I spend a lot of time out here. I did not do the work. I need to put more dirt in these. They didn't have quite enough dirt. I ran out of dirt. And Dennis found me more dirt. I was going to do it yesterday. I lied. I didn't. I did water. Things were getting a little wilted on the deck, so I watered everything yesterday. And then it rained for a little while, so I'm hoping it was enough for the plants in the garden. I might go out with some water and top them up. But because it seems like it's going to be a pretty warm day, and it's muggy. But meanwhile, my flowers are doing pretty well. You can see one little Gerber daisy coming. The other one has one also. So I might do what I have to do there. I'm going to pay my dad's bills today. It's August 1st. My parents' wedding anniversary is the 4th. Would have been 74 years with them together. Anyway, I'm going to pay my dad's bills. That should be pretty much the end of the mail I get for him at Harmony. I will ask them to hold it for my mother. I don't know where they would put it in her room. That wouldn't be taken by the people who search the rooms. But, since my mother's still there, I think they'll keep the mail for a little while longer, just to make sure I got everybody. So anyway, that's something I have to do soon. Today would be good. I also have lemon juice to make and crackers to make. I'm going to want to take crackers with me next week when I go, so I better make some. And Dennis made tuna salad and egg salad last night, which goes really well with crackers. The crackers are really the only crunch. Crackers and bacon are really the only crunches on my diet. I had a nice conversation with my friend who I talk to very rarely, who will be with us next weekend. She's one of the 4 of us who are going to say goodbye to Lori and get together. We haven't seen each other for a couple of years. I went down to the Jersey Shore with them a couple of years ago. I don't know if you recall. I'm sure you don't. But Lori wasn't able to come then, so I hadn't seen Lori in years, since before COVID. But I said goodbye. Anyway, I had a nice conversation with Marianne and a different Marianne. I've got so many duplicate names in my life. Who's been a friend for 40 years. I started working with them 40 years ago. 1984. 1984. So we've been friends a long time. But she called because she was worried because she wanted to make quiches to bring to our weekend. And Sue had told her that, she's still doing that keto thing. So she called to see if quiches were, were okay. And I said, absolutely. They're perfect. I just won't eat the crust because I can eat anything you put in a quiche. I can eat unless you put potatoes. But who puts potatoes in a quiche? But you don't put flour in the custard part, So anyway, I said, oh, quiche is perfect. I can eat quiche. I'll just leave the crust. She's like, oh, great. So we had a lovely conversation, and I'm really looking forward to seeing them and be spending next weekend with the girls. I really am looking forward to it. I'm going to make my modified chili / matar paneer and bring that. But I'll bring rice for them, so they'll have rice with theirs. And I hope they like it. Sue's the only one I'm not sure how she feels about Indian food. She wasn't sure how she felt about it. I saw her at the funeral, so I hope she likes it. But I know Linda and Marianne will, so there you go. Now you have everybody's name who I'm going to see. And we're just going to hang out and talk and eat and drink. Not drink too much. We're getting old. But I'm looking forward to it. So yesterday I did do some knitting. Laura and I watched a Poirot and I knit. So I got several rows done. 6 or 8. And that was good. 10? Might be 10. So plugging away. And I read a book. I found a book. I rummaged around. Lately I've been like, I want to watch something on TV, and I spend an hour and a half searching, and then it's too late to watch anything, and then I go to bed. But I'm just sitting there on Netflix, on BitBox, it's like, oh. Well, I do the same thing in my library, my electronic library. I'm like, what can I get? But anyway, I found a book that sounded good, and I read it, and I enjoyed it. And I wrote it down so I could tell you. It's called The Girl in the Vault by Michael Ledwidge. And apparently Michael Ledwidge is one of the people who wrote a couple books with James Patterson. James Patterson has a gajillion books, and he writes with a lot of other authors. And always makes me wonder how much of the work James Patterson does. But he gets the credit. So anyway, this guy wrote a couple books with him apparently, but this is one that he wrote on his own. And I enjoyed it a lot. A little revengey. I love me a little revenge. And I enjoyed it. So I actually took another one of his books out, so we'll see. But I read that yesterday. And I knit. And I watered. Oh, and I went grocery shopping. So I did end up doing the shopping by myself. And I went to Joann's. Very frustrating. They've completely rearranged everything in Joann's, so I couldn't find the snaps. And when I asked the lady at the checkout, she didn't know where they were. And she said to talk to the person who was doing the cutting at the fabric. But he was busy. He had 5 people in his line. It turned out that they had moved them over near the cutting table. So when I went back over there, I was able to find them. But it was so frustrating. And then I get in the line, and right before I'm going to go to check out, the phone's been ringing. So the woman at the checkout answers the phone. And, she has to run over and look at the pickup stuff. And she's telling this woman it's marked to be held till August 4th. So you can come anytime, you have time. But she said it literally 4 times to this woman. She repeated herself in different ways to say the same thing 4 times. And I'm standing there, and there's a line forming behind me. And finally she says, I got to hold on. She comes and she starts ringing me up. And I say, are there really only 2 people working in this store? I mean, I didn't see another person who worked there when I was roaming around looking for what I was looking for. Oh no, there are more people here, but meanwhile, there's now 10 people in the line behind me. And, as my card is, going through, she stops and goes back and starts talking to this woman on the phone again. I'm like, yeah, I was like that. But I had my mask on, so she didn't see. So anyway, she's ringing me up and she says, "Oh, I just want you to know this thread is very expensive. I don't, did you get it on purpose?" And I said, "Not really, but it's okay." She said, "It's $9." I'm like, "Look, I want to get out of the store. I'll take the thread." So I don't know what the hell I bought. It's rayon. I noticed it was rayon, so I thought it would be strong. I needed it strong because I bought it to put my snaps on. I mean, I didn't purposely buy $9 thread. I wonder what it's used for. I hope I can use it for what I want. But anyway, I'm like, I just want to get out of the store. I'll take it. She says, "Oh, I just wanted you to know." I said, "I appreciate that you told me that, but I want to get out of the store." So then I go over to Staples because I can't find any Frixion pens. I'm trying to write notes and stuff, and I really do prefer to write them in Frixion so that I can like erase and make, don't have to cross off and stuff. And that was very frustrating. I did end up finding some, mostly all colors, and I don't want a lot of color. Anyway, whatever. So that was frustrating. And then I get to Wegmans, the grocery store, and I got 2 kinds of olive oil on my list. And guess what? Olive oil is not in the oil section. They put the name, where you can find things in the row. I go to oil. Not a drop of olive oil. All kind of oils. Sesame oil, blah, blah, blah. Not olive oil. I eventually find it. It's over in wherever, Italian section or something. Then I'm looking for... Anyway, never mind. 3 very frustrating shoppings. I came home very frustrated. But then we walked the dogs, and that was good. They liked their walks. Although Pearl heard some thunder about halfway through, and she dragged Dennis back to the car. I mean, she was dragging him the whole way. He's like, "Do you want to trade dogs?" I'm like, "No, I don't want to trade dogs." So she was nervous. But we did end up having rain. It wasn't very long, and it was a weird rain. It was like you look around and it's sunny, but pouring rain. One of those deals. And so I hope it was enough rain, but it did not thunder, and she was fine. So that's good. She would have had a terrible night. So that was my day yesterday. What a whiny complainer I am today. I am so sorry. So my plan today is to sort through my dad's mail that I have, maybe write some checks and do something. Maybe I'll be very adventurous and get online for a couple of things I need to do. And yeah, move that along. Finish. And maybe I'll come and finish my plantings today. I could do that. And I'm going to read a book for sure. And I'm going to work on my knitting. At least watch one Poirot today that with Laura. She gets bored. But, she's upstairs watching the Olympics and the Namibian water hole on a little tablet I have. It's a Huawei, so I don't do anything on it, but she watches the water hole from her chair upstairs. So she's happy upstairs for a while, and she'll come down when she wants company. Boring company, because I get boring. I'm reading. But I don't think I'm going to go out today, other than walk the dogs. I think I'm hanging out here. So, yeah. Meanwhile, sorry about all the complaining. It was, frustrating. But all 3 stops were frustrating. Anyway, I stopped telling you how frustrating Wegmans was because I was getting tired of hearing myself. But it was also frustrating. I couldn't find the things I wanted. But did eventually. I did eventually. So. But I'm looking forward to my weekend next weekend. And, oh, I've got to make crackers. Maybe I'll make them today, maybe tomorrow. And, yeah, that's it. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm really sorry about the whining. But I enjoyed my book. I really enjoyed my book. So that was good. And I had never read it before. I mean, I'm going through my actual library looking for books I've already read 14 times to see if I feel like one of them would be soothing to me. And nothing fit the bill. So I was happy to find something that I liked. And an author I've never read before. And he's got a bunch of books. So, and I might even read the 2 that he wrote with James Patterson. I read a James Patterson the other day. And somebody, and I don't remember who, and I enjoyed it. So, I mean, there's a reason he's like the best-selling author of all time or something, you know, because he puts out, I don't know what, a book a week? It's crazy. That's probably an exaggeration, but I'm not sure. Meanwhile, I'm going to go. I will talk to you tomorrow. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.